yung sino man na meron, bibigyan pa. At kung sino man yung kakaunti o yung wala, kukunin pa pati yung nasa kanya. Sipin mo wala ka na, kukunin pa yung sa'yo. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Sabi ng mga tao, ba't yung mayaman? Lalo yung mayaman. Yung mahihirap, lalong humihirap.
Ang perspective pa naman kasi ng mahihirap, ang mayayaman daw, hindi naman yan maano sa Diyos kasi unang-una, hindi naman tumatawag daw sa Diyos yan kasi magaan ang buhay. Tsaka may ikukumpara mo yung dasal ng mayaman tsaka dasal ng mahirap.
Dahil hindi natin paniniwala yung paniniwala nila, ay hindi, mali yung
Sabihin, hindi
paniniwala
totoo.
ko. Hindi totoo. Kasi ganito yung nare-experience ko eh.
Diba, sa mahirap, ang buong bibig nila, ang hirap kumita ng pera. Totoo yun.
Totoo yun sa
mga
kanila.
mayayaman naman, madali na kumita ng pera. Totoo din yan. Ayan, and we are live.
And we are live. Good morning sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon.
And good evening. May good evening ba?
Ewan ko ba? Sa atin kasi wala nang good evening eh.
Oo.
Wala naman kasing good pag madilim eh, no?
Oo nga, no?
Sa Biblia nga, di ba, sabi ng Diyos eh, ginawa niya yung liwanag, tapos nakita niya liwanag, mabuti.
Oo.
Hindi niya sinabing mabuti yung dilim eh.
Tama
Ang
yun.
sinabi niyang mabuti din yung liwanag.
Yung liwanag. Yun yung ginawa ng Diyos na mabuti.
Oo,
Kasi yung dilim, matagal lang meron yan eh.
tama. Kaya binabati namin yung palaging nanonood kapag nag-notify sa kanila.
Oo, binabati namin. Tapos yung nagpi-PM na hindi nagko-comment eh.
Nanonood lang.
Nanonood lang, nagpi-PM. Ay, yung ganda daw nung nag-enjoy sila manood. Ayan, maraming salamat po. Ayan, shout out kay Miss Ria Velasco. Ayan.
Si Tid na Nathan, lagi nanonood sa atin
Ay,
yan.
oo, si kapatid na Nathan.
Tapos meron pa nanonood sa atin, malaking channel din, nag-comment eh.
Sino?
Engineer.
Oh?
Pangalan?
Ay, oo, si Inhinyero.
Inhinyero.
Grabe yun, nung chinek ko yung channel, 600,000 na.
Grabe, pero napaka-humble pa rin, ano?
Oo, napaka-humble pa rin. Biruin mo yan. Ang galing. Tsaka nagtataka ako, bihira talaga sila mag-comment dahil ano eh, yung malalaking channel, napakabihira mag-comment.
Hindi na basta nagko-comment yun kasi nanonood na lang yun.
Oo, nanonood na lang. Nag-absorb na lang.
Oo.
Usually, yun na talaga ang ano. Shout out.
Oo, sige, sino pa?
Marami pa akong gustong i-shout out.
Sige,
Shout
shout out
out
mo
sa
na.
mga viewers natin dyan. Ayan, sina Maria Roan, palagi nanonood.
Nag-PPM din ba yan?
Oo.
Si Ken,
nag-PPM
lagi
yan.
nanonood dyan.
Ay, oo, si Ken. Kumusta ang beshi ko, Ken?
Kaya di nagko-comment yan, alam mo nanonood dyan eh.
Sabi nga niya eh, nung magkausap kami, quiz, live na ulit, sabi niya eh. Gusto niya nga manood ulit ng live eh. Nag-enjoy nga sila kapag live daw. Sabi ko, saka na siguro ba? May panahon.
Pag live kasi hindi na ano yung topic eh, no? Kasi hindi mo pwedeng hindi basahin yung mga kwan.
Yun, tama.
Eh, baka sabihin pagka hindi mo naman sila binigyan ng attention, di ba?
Oo.
Sabihin, ano ba naman tong live streamer na to, suplado. Kasi focus talaga tayo sa content muna.
Yun. Sa kung
Yun
ano
ang-
man yung,
oo.
mailalabas natin sa isang topic.
Kailangan ma-absorb natin yung kaalaman tsaka yung karunungan para
Uy.
magawa natin.
Tama. Speaking of Inhinyero, meron kang kinento sa akin, pinapanood mo kanina,
Oh,
Engineer.
ito na yung papanoorin natin yung engineer din to eh.
Oh?
Oo, engineer. At sa murang edad nito, milyonaryo na rin to.
Grabe, no?
Kaya maganda
Nakaka-inspire yung mga ganun.
maganda panoorin tong vlogger na to. Pangalan niya si Quasi. Ang kwento ng buhay nito,
Oh.
hindi, kwento niya naman, wag na natin, hindi ko nasasabihin. Pero sa atin kasi, bilang tayo nag-aaral ng personal development o yung pagde-develop ng sarili natin, tumitingin tayo sa iba't ibang perspective. Kaya namin to ginagawa para makita rin namin kung ano yung tingin ng ibang tao sa sarili
buhay.
nila.
Oo, sa sarili.
Kasi kung sa akin lang ako titingin at di ko titingnan yung kung ano yung perspective ng iba, hindi ko may apply yung success na nagawa nila eh.
Tama.
Kasi para magawa mo yung isang success, mo kailangan mag-stick sa isang perspective, sa isang view. Dito sa pag-uusapan natin ngayon, yung itatopic niya dito yung quantum law na maraming mundo. Sa isa atin, pwede tayo magkaroon ng iba't ibang mga mundo
Oo,
sa pamamagitan ng view natin. Kaya nga tawag doon world view. Kung ano magiging tingin mo, yun ang magiging mundo mo.
mundo mo. Yun ang magiging reality mo.
Oo. Kaya noon, kapag ka may taong nagsasabi sa akin, ito yung paniniwala niya, tapos hindi ko yun paniniwala, nag-ano ka agad ako, hindi totoo yan. Kasi ganito yung sa akin.
Tama.
Di ba?
Oo, ugali natin yan nun.
Oo. Kasi napakasarado ng...
yung opinion ng ibang tao.
Oo. Ngayon, dito, matututunan natin na, oo nga, talagang merong katotohanan yung kung ano yung sinasabi ng isang tao, yun ang realidad niya.
Yun ang
Nakita mo
totoo.
kaagad kung ano yung totoo sa kanya na ganito siya, ito siya, ayun siya. Sa mismong pananalita niya at sa mismong paniniwala niya, maibabase mo na kung ano yung realidad sa kanya. At kapag naunawaan mo yun, malalaman mo na, oo nga, totoo nga yun para sa kanya. Diba? Kasi bawat perspective natin, nagiging yun ang mundo natin.
Ngayon, bilang nalaman mo yung realidad na meron siya at yung mga nalaman mo yung mga na-achieve niya sa buhay, di ba? Baka pwede, dun papasok yung pwede nating subukan. Bakit hindi natin subukan?
Tama. Nakikita mo kung anong resulta ng isang tao eh. Diba? Ngayon, kung yung sinasabi niyang realidad sa tingin mo makakatulong sa'yo, no? Makakaambag ng malaki sa'yo, bakit hindi mo i-adapt yung view niya na yun? Yung realidad niya na yun, di ba? Pero kung nakikita mo tong tao na to na nagsasalita ng ganito yung realidad niya, tapos makikita mo yung realidad niya, parang ayaw mo ng ganun. Di ba?
Oo.
Ayaw mo ng ganung klaseng environment, ayaw mo ng ganung klaseng pananalita, bakit mo i-adapt, di ba?
Yun, tama. Napakahalaga din na malaman mo kung ano yung nabubunga ng ano niya,
Oo,
paniniwala niya.
tama yun. Kaya maganda itong pag-uusapan natin
Sige,
ngayon.
ipasok na natin ito. Ano pangalan nito?
Si Quasi... Ano ba to? Si Zazir ba to?
Quasimodo.
Mahirap bigkasin yung apelyido niya eh.
Ayan, eto na siya guys. Oh. Sa bagay, magpapakilala naman siya. Sabay-sabay na lang natin kilala.
Oo.
Quasi. In the year 1920, a theory of quantum physics arose that shook the world forever. This theory was Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg's Copenhagen interpretation. It suggests that a quantum system remains in a superposition of states, i.e. existing in all possible states at once until it's observed or measured. And upon measurement, the wave function collapses and the system settles into one definitive state. Something interesting happened 37 years later. In 1957, Hugh Everett III proposed a radically different perspective known as the many worlds interpretation. Now, according to the many worlds interpretation, all possible outcomes of a quantum event actually occur in some branch or world in a vast multiverse. Each time a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits into multiple worlds to accommodate each possible outcome. In this interpretation, the wave function actually never collapses and all potential states continue to exist in separate,
Tingnan mo yan,
non-communicating universes.
Ano natin yung kaninang sinasabi niya?
Split.
Oo, yung kaninang mga scientist na una niyang sinabi, ang una nilang research tungkol sa quantum reality. Kung pag-aaralan mo yung quantum, yun yung mga building block na pinakamaliliit na bagay na bumubuo ng lahat ng mga bagay. Kumbaga itong buong space na to, hindi mo lang nakikita na wala siyang laman, pero ang totoo, punong-puno to ng laman. Itong buong space na ginagalawan natin. Ngayon yung pinakamaliliit na bahagi o yung building block na hindi natin nakikita, ang tawag doon quantum. Dahil hindi ma-perceive ng ano natin
Mata.
ng mga sense natin
Oo.
ng mata, ng pandinig natin. Ngayon, yung mga physicists o yung mga physics yun sa physics, nag-aaral sa physics. Napag-aaralan nila na kapag ang isang bagay na obserbahan, yung attention mo, ipinokus mo sa, basta na obserbahan, halimbawa, kasi yung consciousness natin, pinakamaliit na bahagi niyan, meron tinatawag na observer. Diba? Halimbawa na lang sa pinakamalaki tayo, kung alin yung sa mo ipinokus yung attention mo, yun yung inoobserbahan mo. Ngayon, ganun din dito sa physics, yung pinakamaliliit na, tawag nito, atomic level na maliliit, basta pinakamaliliit na building block nitong buong daigdig. Kapag naobserbahan yon, nagkakaroon ng...
Parang combination, mga ganun.
Oo, parang ganun.
Panibagong
Kapag inobserbahan
combination.
siya, lumilitaw siya. Kumbaga, nagkakaroon siya na... Kasi nga ang physics, kapag hindi mo inobserbahan yung isang bagay, pumupunta siya sa tinatawag na... Yung tawag nito, may tinatawag silang chaos, alam mo yun? Yung chaos na yun, walang order yun. Basta...
Oo.
Ngayon, kapag binigyan nyo ng atensyon o intensyon yung bagay na yun, nagkakaroon ng order. Halimbawa na lang sa pinakamalaki
Parang dimension yun, ano?
parang pinakamalalaking scale. Halimbawa na lang natin, yung garden.
Oo.
Yung garden, kapag hindi mo naman...
Hindi mo binigyan ng attention.
hindi mo
Magulo.
tutubuan
Masukal.
ng mga damo, ganyan.
Oo.
Pero pag binigyan mo siya ng atensyon para
Pagandahin.
pagandahin, gumaganda. Yun
Oo.
ganun din
Ganun
yung concept nito ng quantum law. Na
Gets.
kapag hindi mo siya naobserbahan,
Parang wala lang.
o akala mo wala, pero may nangyayari doon.
Oo.
Hindi mo lang alam.
Oo.
Kasi ang talagang naobserbahan mo, yun
Nasa
yung
labas
nagkakaroon ng nagkakaroon ng parang, yun na nga yung
Physical.
reality.
Oo. Physical reality.
Oo, yun na yung nagiging reality pag inobserbahan mo yun. Kaya yung unang mga scientist na ka-research, kapag inobserbahan mo yung isang atom, sabihin natin atom yun, yung word na yun, pagka yun ang inobserbahan nila, pinocus nila, nawawala yung ibang,
Atom.
oo, nawawala.
Kasi atom naman ang bumubuo sa
Kasi
lahat.
hindi mo na, wala na yung focus mo dun eh. Kaya ang obserbasyon nila, nawawala yun, nagiging isa na lang.
Oo.
Yung na-observe. Pero dun sa pangalawang sinasabi ni Quasi na yung 37 years ang lumipas, meron pang isang scientist na nagpatunay, no, na naobserbahan niya rin na kahit mag-focus ka sa isang bagay, nandun pa rin yung realidad na yun eh. Kaya nga ibalik mo ng konti yung nila.
Into multiple worlds to accommodate each possible outcome.
Yan.
In this interpretation, the wave function actually never collapses, and all potential states
Ayan, nandiyan pa rin, di
exist
ba?
in
Nandiyan pa rin. Pero dun sa umpisa mo yan,
non-communicating
hindi, tama yun.
interpretation.
Yan.
It suggests that a quantum system remains in a superposition of states, i.e. existing in all possible states at once until it's observed or measured. And upon
Yun.
measurement, the wave function
Yan, di ba
collapses.
nagkakaroon ng bilog yan?
Yan yung wave.
Yan yung pagka inobserbahan mo yan lang yung natitira na wave.
Andyan lang yung focus
Oo,
mo.
nandyan lang kasi yung focus mo eh. Yan yung observation ng mga unang scientists ng kailan yun?
System settled into
Sa
one
1957
definitive state.
yata.
Something interesting happened 37
Yan,
years
37 years
later.
ago.
In 1957, Hugh Everett III
1957.
proposed a radically different perspective known as the many worlds interpretation. Now, according to the many worlds interpretation, all
Many
possible
worlds.
outcomes of a quantum event actually occur in some branch or world in a vast multiverse. Each time a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits into multiple worlds to accommodate each possible outcome. In
Yan.
this interpretation, the wave function actually never collapses, and all potential states
Hindi
continue to
nagko-collapse,
exist
ibig sabihin hindi
in
nawawala.
separate,
Kahit hindi mo,
non-communicating
kahit hindi ka mag-observe, kahit i-focus mo lang dyan sa isang bilog na yan, nandiyan pa rin yung ibang bilog.
Andyan pa
Kaya
rin
lang,
ibang
ang nangyayari
realidad.
kasi, unconscious ka na dun sa ibang bilog.
Tama.
Yun lang yung naging doon. Pero andyan pa rin yan. Ngayon, kung pwede mo i-focus ulit, ibahin ulit yung focus mo, magiging realidad ulit yun.
Ibig sabihin, ang talagang nitong about perception talaga.
Tama, oo.
Mm-mm.
Kasi kung ano nga yung perception mo, yun
Halimbawa,
ang
yan,
realidad
tama.
mo.
Halimbawa, ang perception mo nandito sa na to, bilog na to.
Oo.
Tapos may natutunan kang panibago dahil nga nagkamali ka.
Oo, tama.
Tapos marami naging pagsubok sa'yo. Tapos may natutunan kang ibang bagay.
Tama, ganun.
Magbabago yung perception eh. Ito na yung magiging realidad mo naman.
Oo, ganun.
Ganun
yung
yun.
panibagong outcome. Na, uy, teka. Kasi hindi naman malalayo yan eh. Tayo nga, iisa lang tayo
Connection,
eh.
connected. Oo,
connected
connected.
tayo lahat eh. Kaya hindi pwedeng hindi mo yan matutunan, lalo na kung
Oo.
palagi ka nag-fail.
Oo.
Kasi talagang matututo ka eh.
Oo.
No?
Halimbawa sa mahirap, ang buong bibig nila, sa mga taong mahihirap, yung mga walang pera, ang hirap kumita ng pera, totoo yun.
Yun, tama. Totoo
Diba?
yun sa
mga
kanila.
mayayaman naman, madali na kumita ng pera, totoo din yun. Diba?
Yun yung realidad.
Oo, yun yung realidad. Yun yung gustong ipaliwanag ng video na to na
Oo.
may mga taong nagsasabi na, tapos sasabihin, ngayon may mayroon namang mga tao na, kagaya natin, yung mga unang hindi pa nalalaman tong ganitong bagay, kukontrahin naman yung salita ng iba. Diba?
Oo. Eh kasi noon, ganun din level namin.
Oo.
Dumaan tayo sa ganun eh, na kapag dahil hindi natin paniniwala yung paniniwala nila, ay hindi, mali
Ibig
yung
sabihin, hindi
paniniwala
totoo.
ko. Oo, hindi totoo. Kasi ganito yung na-experience ko eh.
Oo.
Diba? Yung pala, mali yun. Talagang
Totoo rin yun
totoo
sa kanila.
yun sa kanila.
Kaya mga multo, depression, totoo
Oo,
yun.
tama. Tama. Napag-usapan nga lang namin na Eva kanina yung mga multo. Sabi, naniniwala daw talaga siya sa sa aswang eh. Kasi dati, nung sila ni Nanay Asena daw, nasa Kubo, liblib yung lugar nila, meron daw dumaan na parang ibon yata kasi nag-iik-ik daw. Ayun ang ginawa daw nila, ginaya daw nila. Nag-ik-ik din sila. Ngayon nangyari, ayaw na daw sila tantanan buong gabi. Nag-ik-ik na. Kaya doon para, sabi niya, naniniwala talaga. Sa isip-isip ko na, talagang pwedeng mangyari lahat ng bagay, no?
Pwede, oo.
Kaya
Hindi
kung hindi ka naman maniniwala doon na, sabi
Gaya
niya,
natin.
sa aswang, di ba? Kasi lahat ng bagay pwede talagang mangyari. Kaya lang,
Yun.
hindi mo siya paniniwalaan, hindi mangyayari
Hindi yung totoo sa reality, sa mundo mo.
Oo, sa mundo mo.
Yun yung gusto ipaliwanag ng bagay na to, ng good drop na to. Galing.
Oo.
Universes. The observer in each universe only perceives one of these outcomes, thus explaining why we don't see superposition in our everyday world. I want you to notice one key thing that both of these theories have in common. The thing that makes a split in the world or collapse in both of these theories is actually the act of measurement or observation. Over the last 9 years,
About dun sa split na sinasabi niya, meron yan, physically explanation eh. Kapag pinagtapat mo nga yung dalawang salamin eh. Di ba? Sobrang daming dimension kang makikita.
Yan na, ganun na yun.
Ganun
Tama
yun, ganun
tama
yun. Di ba? Pinagtapat mo yung dalawang taong magkaiba yung perception. Di ba? Ganun ang mangyayari. Magkakaroon ng maraming dimension. Maraming realidad.
Tama, tama.
after deeply studying quantum phenomena, ancient yogis, Buddhists, Sufists, monks, this one word always kept popping up. Observation. In order to observe something, we must give it our attention. What I've discovered is that when we can correctly attribute the right kind of attention, we're able to manifest the desired quantum event in our very lives. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can use your attention to create the reality that you want, and why learning how to direct your attention is the most powerful thing you can do as a reality creator. So with that, let's get started. So now, let's get to understanding how our attention actually dictates the version of reality that gets manifested. In order to understand that, we have to understand how energy flows. Anytime you're feeling stuck in your life, you feel like you've been working towards something and it just hasn't been happening, or similar situations keep arising, same revenue roller coaster, same relationships you keep attracting, what you have to understand is somewhere there is stuck energy. Okay? If energy cannot flow, which is what needs to happen with energy, it gets stagnant. And when it gets stagnant, we experience the same circumstance. But what directs the flow of energy? Attention. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. Our focus and our attention determines where energy flows. What most people don't know is that the nature of our attention, there are two main types of attention that we possess. There is what's called polar attention and non-polar attention. Polar attention has the power to attract and repel reality. Let's get rid of the repel part and focus solely on
yung sinasabi niyang polar attention tsaka non-polar, parang yan na rin yung naging observation ng dalawang scientists eh. Yung una, yun na yung polar. Ibig sabihin, dalawa yung pwedeng mangyari.
Oo.
Kapag ka yung isa lang tiningnan mo, yung kabilang mawawala na.
Oo.
Pero yung pangalawa, yung non-polar, yun yung sureball ka talaga eh.
Oo.
Kahit basta yun ang titingnan mong attention, maging negative man yun o positive, yun at yun ang magiging outcome ng tawag nito, outcome ng reality mo. Tuloy natin.
The attract part, because they're one and the same. Okay, any problem flipped to its side becomes the solution. Two different sides of the same coin. If I'm attracting something, I'm repelling something else. That's what polar attention does. Non-polar attention is completely neutral. It has the power to dissolve reality. Now, in terms of quantum events manifesting into our lives, let's look at, with a diagram, what this could mean. If we have two types of polar attentions, the positive attention and the negative attention. When we think positively about something, life doesn't care about the
Negative.
real nature of our attention. It cares about the content. If I hate bills and I hate losing money, I'm going to get more of the event of losing money and bills. If I love making money and I love growing, then I will get more of the thing that I love, growing and making more money. Okay? For us, human beings, how we've been conditioned is throughout our whole lives, we've lived in a fear and survival mode because that's become our biology. All around us, we've been conditioned to first and foremost survive. What's the most important or most powerful way to survive? Eliminate and avoid any threat to your survival. Okay, so we've been conditioned to live in this protection mode, this avoid conflict, avoid taking risks. A lot of us have been conditioned this way. And because of that, we keep experiencing more and more of the thing that we're worried about. So just think about what you see on
Galing, di ba?
Oo.
Yun yung non-polar. Ang una niya example yung pag-ayaw mo nung, halimbawa, magbabayad ka ng kuryente, magbabayad
Nakapokus
ka
ka dun sa ayaw mo.
nakapokus ka dun sa ayaw mo, yun mismo mangyayari sa'yo. Kapag nakapokus ka sa ayaw mong mawala ng pera, talagang, ang nangyayari, sinasakal mo lalo yung pera kasi ayaw mawala to.
Oo,
Diba?
lalo ka tuloy mawawalan.
Lalong nawawala.
Galing.
Pero kung iba yung isip mo na yung pera marami at magkakaroon ka pa ng mas marami, lalo kang magkakaroon ng marami. Kaya nga sabi ng, ganda nung dito yung sitas na sabi ng Panginoon na ang mata natin, yan ang ilaw mo. Di ba? Ano to yan yung
Tama.
worldview mo, yung mata mo.
Oo.
Kapag ang mata mo
May
madilim,
liwanag. Madilim.
ang makikita mo kadiliman. Buong paligid mo kadiliman. Pero kung ang mata mo maliwanag, grabe ang ganda. Buong paligid mo kita mo lahat.
Kita mo lahat.
Kasi maliwanag Kaya nga kung
Ang kagandahan nun, choice yun.
Oo, kung saan ka nakapokus, kung saan yung attention mo, kung saan mo ilalagay yung attention mo, yun ang magiging mata mo.
Mm.
'Di ba? Siyempre kung nakatingin ka lagi sa madilim, edi yun ang mata mo, madilim,
Hindi
'di ba?
naman mamanifest sa'yo.
Kaya nga, kung ayaw mong mawalan, takot kang mawalan ng pera. Halimbawa, puro pag-aalala yung nararamdaman mo, puro pag-aalala na
Paano
bukas
na
ba,
lang
paano ba ako,
magbabayad?
baka hindi ako may bukas Kasi ngayon bagyo Di ba, gano'n na yung inaalala mo Kung saan ka nakapokus, yun talaga mangyayari.
Oo.
Tapos tumaas yung bilhin, baka hindi na ako baka hindi bumili yung mga pag itataas ko yung presyo ko, di ba? Kasi doon ka nakapokus.
Oo. Yun ang gusto mong gawing realidad Yun ang
Oo,
mangyayari.
tama. Oo.
Ikaw ang tayo ang gumagawa ng realidad natin. Galing. Base doon sa sinasabi natin. Ang sabi ng Biblia, ingatan mo yung dila mo.
Correct.
Di ba?
on the news, think about what you read on social media, and think about why there's more fear-mongering than anything else going on. That's what others can hook onto, the pendulums, all of the societal conditioning around us. That's how they can manipulate us and influence us, when they can hook onto our fears. In fear, anger, and pride, we can be moved into action the most effectively. Please take a moment to reflect on that. There's so many prideful people who are ready to go to war to protect the thing that they love, and they're so proud of it, right? While that's great, it makes them blind to what's really going on. And it's very easy to get someone to do a certain desired type of action when they're angry. And it's very easy to make someone do a certain kind of action when they're fearful. So fear, anger, and pride is what society keeps us stuck in, keeps our attention focused on, which makes us do things that we don't necessarily want to do. So for most people, they keep experiencing the same relationships over and over because they keep holding on to this trauma from the past. Their attention is more focused on avoiding the kind of relationships they've had, which is why they keep attracting that same kind of relationship.
Napapansin mo yan lalo na halimbawa natin mga artista
Oo.
Natatakot dati ba't itong mga artista na to sikat na sila tapos ang gaganda, ang gagwapo, pero pagdating sa relasyon iba-iba sila ng relasyon, tapos makikita mo bakit itong isang taong to ang dami na nagiging karelasyon, di ba?
Oo.
Paulit-ulit gano'n na nangyayari sa kanya. Siguro yun ang realidad niya eh, no? Kasi ganun siya na kondisyon. Ngayon, nalaman ko na, nga, kaya siguro itong mga tao na may mga relasyon na hindi nila hindi nila maingatan yung relasyon nila kasi yun yung worldview na nila eh. Yung mga tao na tingin nila takot silang mawalan ng karelasyon, mawalan ng kapartner, mawalan ng jowa. Ngayon, dahil dun nga sila nakapokus, dun yung attention nila, yun ang nangyayari. Lalo silang nawawalan.
Bakit kaya sila natatakot? Ibig sabihin may insecurities pa rin, ano?
Kasi yun ang pagkakakondisyon ng society.
Oo, ng society.
Ng mainstream. Nasa mga mainstream to, lalo na mga artista. Mainstream to.
Oo.
Di ba? Kita mo, kahit yung mga palabas lang eh. Mga palabas tungkol sa kabit, tungkol sa nangangaliwa. Puro ganun ang mga content, no?
Kaya kung makikita mo, yung mga taong hindi naman ganun kagandahan, kagwapuhan, sila pa yung nakakakita ng magagandang relasyon eh. Di ba?
Oo. Hindi, wala. Para sa akin ngayon, hindi ko naman nakikita na itsura eh. Kasi may mga talagang yung standard nila na magaganda. Meron din talagang mga nagtatagal ang relasyon. Talagang meron din na hindi nagtatagal tapos parang paulit-ulit lang yung nangyayari sa kanila. Mga 1 taon lang, iba na naman yung karelasyon. Yung cycle, makikita mo yung pattern nila na alam mo na pagka itong artista na to, pagka nagkaroon ng relasyon, alam mo na kung ilang taon.
Alam mo na may bago na ulit yan sunod na buwan eh. Kasi yun yung nabuo na lang realidad nila eh.
Relationship, the same kind of partner. Most people get traumatized by an event and they're afraid. They haven't processed that event properly, which is where neutral attention or non-polar attention comes in. We're going to talk about this in a second. But for now, you have to understand there's 2 different types of attention, positive and negative. Life only cares about the content of our attention, what we're giving more attention to. If we have a reality in which this is our current situation, and we're presented with a juncture in our life path. Let's say it's a important business decision that you have to make, or a challenge comes up in your business regarding an employee or whatever it may be. If we choose to positively perceive it and the content of our positive attention is, hey, somehow this will help me grow, then the lifeline will shift to a more positive lifeline. More of that thing that you feel positively about will manifest. On the other hand, if we feel negatively about it and we think, oh no, this is something that's bad, well, that bad thing will happen. So you see what's happening here? We feel positively and our mind perceives the content to be positive. We feel negatively and our mind perceives a content to be negative. Let's say something unfortunate happens to you. Let's say you get a bill or you get like a very big tax bill. Immediately you're like, oh, this is bad. If this happened, that means something worse or terrible will happen. How do you know that? You're just assuming that because you've become fearful. It's make you become fearful. When we have a feeling, we try to justify the presence of that feeling by thinking about other things that potentially could make this fear stronger. Why do we do that? We're feeling creatures. When we feel something, we feel alive, therefore we survive. That is our biological conditioning. When we are in a state of fearfulness, we start to spew up all of these things that could potentially happen. Oh no, now that could go wrong and something else could go wrong. Oh no, what if this big tax bill means I can't pay my business expenses and I can't pay my rent, or I can't pay like my employees? What if all of these things happen? That's when you go into a spiral. Because now this negative attention starts to influence the content of your attention. I hope this is making sense. If you have any questions, just let me know below. The key thing is it has to have a correspondence of heart and mind. When you feel negatively in your heart, the mind immediately spews up negative things, which then makes it manifest, which makes you shift into a corresponding lifeline where more of that negative thing will happen. But here's what's crucial. This is non-polar, neutral attention. If we perceive something that's happened to us with non-polar and neutral attention, it simply comes into our lives and passes. It has no power over us. So let's say in this unfortunate circumstance where you got hit with a big tax bill, you simply looked at it and you accepted it and you had neither positive nor negative about it. You would still continue on that same life path that you were before. Nothing would really change. It would dissolve itself. For most people, they resist their past traumas and their fears by attributing negative attention to it. Think about how this happens. Whenever something has happened to us in the past that we don't like, we try to run away from it because the feelings are too strong and we don't know how to handle it. So when we run away, what are we essentially doing? We're resisting it. Whatever you resist persists. You give it force, it has a counter force back onto you. So we spend our whole lives resisting all of the things that have happened in the past that we don't like. And we live from that place of trauma. And because of that, situations that affirm that trauma keep coming up. So an example that I can give you was, for me, was
Ganda yan,
bullying.
ano?
For my whole life, I used to tell myself, oh, I'm
Hindi,
this way
ano mo
because I
dyan
got
kasi
bullied.
gusto nating ano yun, yung example niya tungkol sa non-polar.
Oo.
Meron siyang sinabi doon kanina na, di ba, yung polar kasi, kapag meron kang, di ba, yung bill.
May nangyaring, oo.
Yung bill, babayaran mo, tapos magkakaroon ka agad ng negative o positive doon na kung ano man naisipin mo. Pero dito sa non-polar, parang ang nakikita ko dito, parang flow state lang to na kapag nakakita ka ng masama o mabuti, tapos naramdaman mo sa kalooban mo, parang hindi mo siya i-judge.
Oo. As
Parang-
negative
oo.
or positive.
Oo, wala kang judgment na ipapasa doon sa nakita mo, sa naobserbahan mo. Ngayon, ang mangyayari doon, para lang siyang, alam mo yung ulap, o kaya naman, ito example, para siyang yung tubig, yung ilog,
Oo.
di ba? Kapag yung ilog, hindi mo kayang pigilan yun Kasi gano'n ang emosyon natin.
Nature yun
Oo. Ang ine-example niya dito, dumarating kasi yun sa unang-una sa emosyon natin. Kapag kung ano man yung inobserbahan natin, tapos kapag ka judgmental ka, mararamdaman mo kaagad kung ano yung judgment mo, kung mabuti o masama. Pero kung wala kang judgment dun sa bagay na naobserbahan mo, katulad nga ng tubig na dumadaloy, kapag ka may gusto kang gawin dun sa tubig, yung iba kasi ang ginagawa nila, pinipigilan nila yung tubig Hindi mo pwedeng pigilan yun Kasi sa tuwing pipigilan mo, lalo lang aapaw yun
Oo.
Hayaan mo siyang dumaloy. At ang maganda doon, kung gusto mo siyang pakinabangan,
Huwag mo siya pigilan.
Huwag mo siya-
I-align mo siya.
idirekta mo yung tubig kung saan mo gustong pumunta. Yun ang example niyang non-polarized.
Meron ako isang example dyan nangyari dito
sige.
sa atin yung makaraan lang. Kasi di ba si Yan yung pusa natin na nanganak, nagpapadede na. Pagpasok ko, nakita ko, dumidede yung hindi niya anak.
Oo.
Ngayon, ayos lang sa akin, wala akong
Hmm.
ano ko lang. Kaya lang, yung mga kapatid natin, ayan, si Isaac, si Eva, nag-aalala.
Oo.
Bakit ko daw pinababayaan dumede yung pusang hindi anak niya yan, baka daw pumayat yung yung...
Pumayat yun. Hindi, sabi nga rin nila, baka yan daw pumayat
yan pumayat. Ako naman, ang gagawin lang naman nun, hindi ko iniisip na na magkakaroon masama epekto
Oo.
Kasi kung papayat yan, pakainin mo lang naman ng marami yan Kung papayat yung mga anak niyang maliit, painumin mo ng gatas na hindi galing kay yan. Ganun yung ginagawa ko. Kung sa hindi na ako nag-iisip na Yun nga, hindi na ako nagre-resist na kontrahin pa kung ano yun. Nature kasi yun Kung sa meron namang ibang paraan na pwedeng gawin.
Oo.
Kaya hinahayaan ko na lang din. Parang ganun. Para lang hindi na madagdagan yung iisipin ko pa, yung stress. Kung i-stressin ko pa yung ganung bagay, mawawala yung focus ko sa talagang intention ko. Sinasabi nga nila na, yun, intention. Kasi, importante na, focus tayo sa intention natin. Walang ibang makagulo sa kung ano man yung pinag-aanuhan natin, pinagpupukusan ng bagay. Yun lang naman ang ko. Kaya kung meron kayong mga karanasan na ganyan, may mga dumadating sa inyong bagay na hindi nyo nagugustuhan, comment nyo dyan at i-comment nyo rin kung paano nyo ginagawa na solusyonan.
Oo.
O kung ano yung mga nagiging reaction nyo dun sa bagay na nararanasan nyo. Kaya tuloy natin to.
I'm justifying my shortcomings because I was bullied as a kid. But then I realized what was happening and I flipped the script. And I said, you know what? Maybe this bullying was good for me. Immediately shift to positive lifelines. I started to go to the gym and work out. Oh, I have all of this grit and determination to be better and improve myself because I got bullied. Now my story's I've become successful at making these videos, being on camera, because when I was a kid, I got bullied for making YouTube videos,
Yun.
playing the guitar.
Yan yung sinasabi natin na yung kung may dumating man na flow sa atin, yun yung hindi mo i-resist
Oo. Accept mo lang.
I-accept mo lang then dadalhin mo siya, kokontrolin mo.
Oo.
Diba?
Ididirekta mo lang yun. Sa kanya ang ginawa,
I-redirect mo.
dinirekta niya sa sa magandang perspective.
Yun, oo.
Na nabully ako kaya ako nagkaganito ngayon. Iba kasi, kasi mahirap kami kaya ngayon ganito pa rin ako.
Nabubuli ako kaya ganito na lang siguro ako.
Oo.
Ganito na yung buhay ko.
Tama.
Kasi yan yung sinasabi sa akin ng mga tao eh.
Ngayon, yan na yung nagiging realidad mo tol.
Yun.
Yung sa kanya naman, nabully siya, pero ginawa niyang magandang dahilan yon para lalo siyang lumakas, mag-improve. Kaya yun ang naging result niya, yun din ang naging reality niya ngayon.
Because that's what happened. And when I tell myself this story, and I really truly believe it, because there's always two different sides to the coin. Always up to you. It's your choice on how you perceive it. This is 100% in your control. How you choose to perceive something is 100% your responsibility. What happens after may not be. But if you can choose your attention, I can tell you what happens after is going to correspond with that attention. Now that you hopefully understand this, let's talk about how to use this to effectively create reality. I'm going to give you another concrete example to help you fully understand how I've used this in my personal life and why this is actually one of the most powerful things you can do. When I got started in this journey, my dream was to quit my 9-to-5, my full-time job, and get into a business and become an entrepreneur because I wanted time and financial freedom. Okay, that was my main thing. I worked at a summer internship in engineering. It was to go into this corporate career. Every time I went in there, I literally saw people wanting to kill themselves. Like they wanted to stick their arms in the machines to get workers' comp so they didn't have to work there anymore. And the environment was so horrible. It was like a factory and there were a lot of machines and it was really dark and you had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to work by 6. It was quite far away from me. And I was like, I can't spend the next 40 years of my life doing this. This is no way to live. This is worse than prison. Okay, maybe not worse than
Hindi
prison,
niya
but
na-imagine
it's
yung
kind of
sarili
like
niya yun no?
Oo.
Ayaw
niya. Dun pa lang
nag-ship yung observation niya. Ngayon, maganda rin yan sa atin, no? Sa amin naman, ako kasi nagbago talaga yung shift ng focus ko. Simula nung bumagsak kami sa investment, dun talaga nag-shift ng 360 yung
realidad.
Oo, yung realidad ko. Simula nun, talagang hinahanap ko ba't bumagsak yung siguro alam mo naman yun, di ba?
Oo.
Yung tungkol sa pag-i-invest natin. Kapag nandun ka sa part na yon, ngayon binabalikan ko yung experience na yon na hindi mangyayari, hindi nagkakaganito ngayon kung hindi nangyari yon. Ngayon, dahil sa pangyayari na yon, nagkakaroon ako ng perspective na ano ba yung maling ginawa ko nun? Ano ba yung mga hindi ko binigyan ng atensyon kaya nangyari yung mga bagay na yun. Na yun, iniiwasan ko ngayon, present time na to, na ginagawa ko pa rin yun, pero hindi nakagaya nung ginawa ko dati.
Oo.
Diba?
Ibang pamamaraan na. Nadagdagan na ng pamamaraan. Para syempre, maingatan yung yung mga investment ngayon.
Oo.
Ang galing, doon nagsisimula talaga yung improvement kapag magkakamali. Kapag meron kang nakikitang pagkakamali, o nagkakamali tayo.
Pag ikaw mismo yung naka-experience ng pagkakamali na yun. Kasi kapag hindi ikaw yung naka-experience, tapos nakita mo lang sa iba o nabasa mo, parang baliwala sa'yo eh. Ngayon, kapag ikaw mismo yung nakaranas nung sakit, nung pagod, tsaka nung hirap, doon ka magkakaroon
ng pag-iisip na mag-isip kung ano yung solusyon na yun.
Tama.
Kung ano yung solusyon dun.
Prison. I then set a goal that, hey, I would by January 1st or like by May 2019 I had to make a certain amount. Told myself I want to make 5k a month because that's the income that I was getting from my internship. They offered me a full-time role after I graduate at 5k a month. And I told my parents, hey, if I can make 5k a month by myself after I graduate college, you can't give me shit for pursuing my own path. And brown parents are like, they're in the struggle mentality, the work hard, the 9-to-5 mentality. So they were like, oh, like you're gonna do that. What, by fucking making YouTube videos online on your computer? No, you have to fight and struggle to earn your place under the sun. I took it as a challenge and I started on this journey. And in January, I went all in. January of 2019, I went all in. And you can look back at my YouTube videos. And when I tried to go all in, at first there was some momentum and I remember signing my first client and
napangiti ako kasi nakarelate ako dun sa kwento niyang yung 5k a month. Nandun na rin ako sa sa state na ganun nag-iisip ng ganun kalaki. Para sa atin, malaki na yun Diba dito sa Pilipinas, napakalaki nun. Kasi hindi kikitain yun ng empleyado dito sa loob na isang taon.
Oo.
Yung minimum wager, hindi niya kikitain yun neto. I mean, neto yung malinis talaga.
Yung buo mo siyang mahawakan.
Pero, yun ang iniisip namin na kaya namin gawin yun sa loob ng kaya namin makuha yun ng isang buwan. Pero syempre, pasensya at saka matinding disiplina yung kailangan pa namin matutunan.
Oo, kaya nga nanonood kami ng mga ganito.
Yun.
Kasi isa yun sa mga magbibigay ng validation. Although hindi naman kami naniniwala na kailangan i-validate ng ibang tao yung ginagawa namin.
Yun.
Pero yung mga tao na nandun na sa state na yon na na-achieve na nila yung ganong klase ng achievement, yun yung mga tinitingnan namin paano nila ginagawa. Ano yung mindset ng mga to? Ano yung skillset ng mga to? Bakit nila na-abot yung ganong klase ng success?
And my first coaching client, 1 month I did 3K, which is getting pretty close. But then May of 2019 came by. And up until then, I was in this struggle mindset. I was always in this fear. My attention was always sucked in by the fear of failing and the fear of not, performing and proving to my parents that I could do it. And by May, I'd already made the decision that I wasn't going to go into the job. And I told my parents that I'm like, you know what, I'm doing okay, and I can promise you by May I can make my first 5K month, and then you can't give me shit. That's what I did. I formally quit the job.
May
I released
2019.
that safety net from under me.
Very
The
much
month of
April, May.
came around, and I realized,
Hindi, January daw eh. February, March, April, May. 4 months. Sige.
I was really struggling and fighting, but that's when the pressure was at an all-time high. I wanted to avoid failure like hell. Okay. And I remember just being so much pressure, and every time I talked to a prospective client, I was just so desperate and needy for the sale. That month, I literally got no clients, and I made absolute zero, and that's never happened before prior to that. And
Nangyari sa kanya yung ano no?
yung kinikwento niya kanina.
Oo, yung needy. Kasi pagka yung, alam mo yun, pagka yung, iba kasi yung want sa need. Pag sinabi mong needy, may kukumpara mo siya sa pagiging pulubi. Alam mo yun?
Pag needy, kayang-kaya kang kontrolin ng ibang tao.
At saka pag pulubi ka kasi, yung mindset mo pulubi, wala siyang iniisip na magbigay.
Yun.
Dahil ang iniisip niya palaging kulang, palaging wala. Yun ang pag-iisip ng mga pulubi. Kaya nga ang ginagawa nila manghingi eh. Puro sila pakabig. Wala silang bigay. Kapag ka gano'n ang mindset mo, ang ibibigay sa'yo ng
Universe.
ng perspective mo, dahil nga, yun ang perspective mo, wala ka talagang mahihita. Palagi kang kulang, palagi kang nangangailangan, palagi kang kapos.
Oo.
Tapos ano ba yan, lagi ka nasa survival mode. Kaya nga, isa pang naano ko dyan sa ganyang pangyayari, sabi ng Panginoon na, yung sino man na meron, bibigyan pa. At kung sino man yung kakaunti o yung wala, kukunin pa pati yung nasa kanya. Sipin mo wala ka na, kukunin pa yung sa'yo. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kasi nga, yung mindset mo, yung perspective mo sa buhay, palaging wala. Kapag ka may opportunity na sasabi, ay hindi, mahirap yan.
Oo.
Hindi ko kaya yan. Diba?
Siyempre, ang reason ng Panginoon, kaya kukunin sa iyo kung anong meron ka. Kasi, hindi mo naman din mapagagamit yun eh.
Kasi nga, wala eh.
Wala kang skill set.
Oo.
Wala kang mindset para palaguin kung ano man yung meron ka.
Kaya mawawala pa rin sa'yo. Pero yung mga meron at yung merong mas marami, bibigyan pa ng lalong mas marami.
Yun.
Kaya nga, sabi ng mga tao, ba't yung mayaman lalong yumayaman? Yung mahihirap lalong humihirap.
Ang perspective pa naman kasi ng mahihirap, ang mayayaman daw, hindi naman yan sa Diyos kasi unang-una, hindi naman tumatawag daw sa Diyos yan kasi magaan ang buhay.
Yun siguro yun nga
Yun
kasi yung
yun ang perspective ng mahihirap.
Oo. Ngayon, isipin natin kung
Diba?
saan galing yung ganong perspective.
Oo, saan galing ganong ideology na
saan galing
yung mayaman
ganong
malayo
paniniwala?
sa Diyos yan kasi magaan na buhay niyan, hindi na yan nagdadasal. Pero nung makita namin yung mga napaka-successful na mga tao, ang lagi nilang pinapayo, magdasal ka palagi.
Oo. Ewan ko ba, talagang pag mayaman, sasabihin nila sa'yo na maniwala ka sa Diyos. Meron ba silang ganong sinasabi?
Oo.
No? Madasalin sila, tapos ang layo nila sa tukso.
Mm-mm.
Why? Kasi hindi nila kailangan magnakaw, hindi nila kailangan makipag-unahan sa traffic.
Oo.
No? Hindi nila kailangan na, basta ang layo nila sa tukso.
Tsaka may ikukumpara mo yung dasal ng mayaman tsaka dasal ng mahirap. Di ba? Imaginein mo kung ano yung dinadasal ng mayaman tsaka dinadasal ng mahirap.
Ano? Sige, humingi ng example.
Ang dinadasal kasi ng mayaman usually nagpapasalamat eh.
Salamat.
Ang mahihirap
Oo.
kasi, ang dinadasal niyan, palaging paghingi.
Tama. Yung palaging, Panginoon, ba't ganito? Lagi na lang
Yun.
akong ganito.
Oo,
Ang nangyari
pagdaing.
tuloy, sinusumpatan mo pa yung Diyos eh. Imbis na nasa state ka ng pagpapasalamat, kahit sabihin natin yung physical mo,
Oo,
hindi
wala ka talaga.
ganun ka garbo. Sa oras na laging ang mindset mo pagpapasalamat,
Yun.
ang katumbas nun, abundance mindset na yun eh.
Yun.
Kapag ka ganun na yung perspective mo, lahat halos na makikita mo sa paligid mo, puro
Biyaya.
oportunidad,
Opportunity.
biyaya. Kaya kahit saan ka pumunta, meron at meron.
Meron. Diyos na magbibigay sa'yo ng kaisipan eh, kung paano
Oo.
mo gagamitin yung nasa paligid mo eh.
Tama.
Diba? Kasi yun naman na nakasulat sa Biblia, humingi ka ng karunungan sa akin, bibigyan kita.
Tama.
Kaya kung puro ka paghingi ng hindi karunungan
Hindi
ng
naman. Wala.
Kaya yun, pag-aralan natin yung hindi basta dasal. Pag-aralan natin kung ano ba dapat yung idadasal natin. Kaya yun, sige, tuloy natin to. Maganda tong pag-usapan.
And that's when it really hit me. Like I went into like a completely deep spiraling pit, and I just completely said fuck it, and I had a dark night of the soul almost. But that's when I realized my attention up until then was 100% on avoiding failure. I was resisting failure so much. I was so afraid to fail.
Yun.
Every single resource I had within me, internal resource, my energy, my attention, my time, was on avoiding failure and resisting that anxiety that I had within me. But that month, when I actually failed, and my worst nightmare had come to life, it all dropped. This is it. Like, I failed. I'm done. What's next? Well, from this place, I can just keep on trying because I quit the job anyways. I just kept going.
No
but
choice
this
there.
time, my attention was no longer so absorbed, so sucked away by all of the fears and anxieties and the failure that I was trying to avoid. Now I had more attention available to focus on what I wanted, which is to get to that 5K month.
Yun.
Literally
Oo.
June of 2019, I had my first ever 8K month.
Grabe,
I made
no?
my first ever $8,000 in 1 month in June. In July, I made my first
Hindi niya nakuha ng May, pero nakuha niya ng June.
Hindi.
Yun ba yun?
May kasi naka 5K siya. Pero
Oh.
June wala nga siyang zero, as in zero siya. Kaya nung
Ah,
buwan daw
okay.
na yon, doon siya nagkaroon ng panic. Yung stress. Ayan na, pumasok na sa kanya yung
Yung polar.
Oo. Na-focus niya attention niya sa pagiging needy.
Mm-mm.
Kasi siguro nung May, baka walang pumapasok na sale. Doon siya nakag-umpisang, ano ba yan, ba't wala pa rin akong nag-aalala na siya.
Mm-mm.
Kaya nag-manifest yun nung June. Ngayon daw, ang sabi niya, na-realize niya nung June, yung state niya na, ay teka, ito na lang ba yun? Ito na ba yung failure
Ito
na
na ba yun?
sinasabi?
Oo.
Ito na ba yun? Yung wala akong kikitain? Yun na ba yung pinaka ko? Yun na ba yung pinaka-worst, sabi niya?
Oo.
E di, okay lang, sabi niya. Di sige. Pero tuloy pa rin, sabi
Oo.
niya. Tinuloy niya pa rin. Pero hindi na siya nakapokus na may benta o wala. Parang
Yun.
ganun lang nangyari sa kanya eh. Basta all in na siya, gagawin ko to.
Ano man ang
Ano
maging
man ang mangyari,
outcome.
oo.
Mm-mm.
Kaya yun, nung pagdating nung July, nagulat siya, mas mataas na nung July.
Oo.
Yun na yung
8K nga
pinag-usapan natin nakaraan na momentum eh.
Oo.
Di ba? Yung
Gumaganon.
oo. Mas mabilis na siyang umangat ulit.
Galing.
12K month. By August of 2019, I made my first 20K month. And I shit you not, the year prior, I made a goal when I started that by July of 2019, I would make my first 20K month. Even though I would have been completely happy with 5K a month, I just said, you know what, why don't we just set that goal anyways? And then by January of 2020, around 6 months later, I had my first $100,000 month. Okay, so that goes to
100,000?
show what happens when you let go of resisting failure so much and just shift your attention to what you want instead. When I focused on what I wanted to move away from, I moved towards that. When I focused on what I wanted to move towards, I moved towards that. Life doesn't differentiate. positive and negative attention are polar. They have attractive qualities. They just attract realities. Okay,
Yun.
you have to remember that. Most people are more afraid of failing than they love to succeed. They're more afraid to lose money than they love making money. Shift your attention towards what is wanted instead. Now, I know this is very, very easy to say, so I'm going to share with you a concrete method in which you can do this. This method is called accept and redirect.
Ayun, redirect.
Combination of both utilizing polar and non-polar attention. So this is crucial. I want you to pay close attention to this. There's 3 main steps to using this, but I promise you if you use it, all of the energy that you give to this negative attention is going to dissipate, and you'll have more energy left over to feed this positive version of reality that you want to create. Let's talk about how that works. Step number 1 to the accept and redirect method. Recall what happened to me during the month of May. I went into a deep pit of despair, and my worst fear had come to life. So this means I had fully accepted failure. When we accept something, we can't be in resistance. You can't be in resistance and acceptance at the same time. Acceptance is the antidote to
The
resistance. Please understand this. This is like the ancient art of Aikido. The sole method is to
Yun.
take the momentum of the attacker and use it against him. We're not mustering up any sort of energy. The only energy that's being exerted is in redirecting. I'm getting out of the way. Your goals literally want to be manifested. You're just in the way. You just need to get out of the way for it to come into existence. This is how you do that. This is the ancient art of Aikido in the mental form. We begin with full acceptance of current situation. Whatever issues are going on in your life right now, whatever you feel stuck with, whatever your worst nightmare is, imagine that it happens. You get fully on board with it happening, and you imagine and you see how life still goes on despite it happening. You are no longer worried by your worst nightmare. You're no longer haunted. This is absolutely critical, because most people are like, oh, if I accept the worst case scenario, won't it manifest in my life? No, it won't. Quite the contrary. If you accept the worst case scenario, you're no longer giving it the energy of your resistance. If that's the case, you're no longer feeding it. But if you keep resisting it, you keep feeding it, it's...
Parang sinasabi niyan, tanggapin mo na, pero wag mo nang palaging isipin.
Oo.
'Di ba? Karamitan
Kumbaga kasi, pag tinanggap mo na, padaanin mo na.
Oo, padaanin mo lang. Yun yung pagtanggap. Iba kasi pagtanggap, tinanggap, tapos pala may iniisip. Yun yung gusto niya ipaliwanag dito. Na yun yung magmamanifest, kasi lagi mong iniisip eh.
Oo.
Doon siya magmamanifest. Hindi kagaya kapag tinanggap mo, tapos pinadaan mo na lang, hindi na siya magmamanifest, di ba?
Parang sa away, no? Halimbawa, merong away. O, halimbawa, nagkaroon tayo ng pagtatalo. Sabihin natin, ikaw yung nag-umpisa ng ikaw yung dahilan. Halimbawa, tapos nagalit ako.
Oo.
Ngayon, tapos na, halimbawa, tapos na yung pag-aaway na yun. Pero nangyari, hindi ko pinadalo yung nangyari na yun. Kinimkim ko, oo. Nagalit ako, ganyan. Yung galit na yun na hindi ko pinadaloy, nagkakaroon yun ng tinatawag na disease. Yung hindi ka panatag yung kalooban mo, yung karamdaman mo. Disease ang tawag doon. Magmamanifest yun sa pamamagitan ng sakit.
Yung pala ibig sabihin na, this is.
Oo, kasi halimbawa, kinimkim mo yung isang bagay na hindi mo alam, yung pagkikimkim mo, imbis na sana tapos na yung isang pangyayari, sinasaktan mo pa pala lalo yung sarili mo. Kasi parang ganito yun eh, yung may kasalanan, parang ipinapasa mo sa'yo yung kasalanan niya.
Oo.
'Di ba? Kasi hindi naman ako may kasalanan, ikaw nga, kaya nga ako nagalit eh.
Oo.
Tapos ang nangyari tuloy, dahil hindi ko alam, wala akong awareness na ganun, kinimkim ko yun. Yan ang sinasabi niya na hindi mo pinadaloy, hindi mo inaccept na lahat naman ng tao nagkakasala eh, 'di ba? Lahat naman nagkakamali. Pero hindi mo inaccept, kundi ni-resist mo.
Oo.
Parang nilabanan, hindi, dapat mali talaga to eh.
Talaga,
pag nakikita ko to, parang gusto ko magkasakit eh. Tapos yun na, doon na nagkakaroon ng reality, yung perspective mo, na talaga magkakasakit ka, hindi ka magkakaroon ng kapanatagan sa buhay, dahil lang doon sa ganong kaliit, o tutusin, pwede mo nang...
Tama. Ang galing nga, no?
Padaluyin yun.
Oo. Kasi yan yung nag-e-explain doon sa sinasabi nilang forgive and forget.
Tama.
Kasi unang-una, hindi naman talaga yung madali yung mag-forget.
Oo.
Mag-forgive.
Tama.
Hindi daw yun, madali. Kailangan mo pa rin magpatawad. Hindi para patawarin kasi para yung taong pinatawad mo, yung magkaroon kayo ng kaayusan.
Oo.
Kaya mo siya pinatawad para sa sarili mo talaga.
Tama.
Kapanatagan ng sarili mo. Na gawin niya man yun ulit, o tanggapin man niya yung pagpapatawad mo o hindi. O basta kung ano man na importante nakapagpatawad. Kaya pala sabi nga ng Panginoon, no? Magpapatawad ka ng tinanong siya, ilang beses po ba dapat magpatawad?
Oo.
Diba? Napakaganda ng mensahe na yun. Sabi, 7 beses po ba? Sabi ng Panginoon, hindi 7 beses, 77.
7.
Grabe. Kasi nga, para yun sa kapanatagan
Tama. Kagalingan ng katawan yun pagka yung
para sa
panatag ka.
para sa sarili pala natin yun.
Yung iba kasi na naniniwalang mahirap magpatawad kasi hindi pa sila praktisado.
Yun.
At saka hindi nila nauunawaan ng malalim kung ano ibig sabihin ng pagpapatawad.
Yun, tama.
Kaya hirap sila. Dahil nga hirap sila, di yun ang realidad nila, di ba? Tayo, hindi tayo. Mayaman tayo
Yun.
Kung kaya nilang, hindi nila kaya magpatawad, di tayo. Kaya natin magpatawad, 77.
77 pagpapatawad.
At saka, ang unang-una doon, hindi naman talaga para sa kanila yun para sa atin.
Para sa atin yun.
Di ba? Isipin mo na lang na hindi yun para sa kanila. Kahit sila pa yung nagkasala sa'yo.
Yun.
Wag mo isipin na para sa kanila yun. Para sa'yo yun. Di ba?
Yung pinatawad mo sila para bumuti sila. Hindi ganun.
Oo.
Sayang naman yun, pinatawad ko yun. Ganun pa yun. Manghihinayang ka pa kasi pinatawad mo No? Ang galing. Ang galing nung pagpapaliwanag dito ni Quasi Yung mga dati nating alam na ipapaliwanag niya ng may graph talaga.
Kasi nga quantum law yan Pag sinabing quantum law, lahat yan.
May equation talaga yan.
Mga connection lahat
Explanado
Kaya
talaga.
nga tawag yan building block.
Yun.
Pinaka maliliit na detalye, magko-connecta lahat yan. Kahit saan, maging profession mo, maging bata ka, maging matanda ka, lahat yan konektado.
Quantum. Parang 4 na 4 corners of the world konektado lahat.
It's more likely to happen in your life because you keep feeding it. But if you simply accept it and you get out of the way, this is where neutral attention gets used. Acceptance is neutral attention. In order to make a change in any area of our lives, it has to begin with acceptance. Full, utter, complete acceptance of this current moment. We cannot change the current moment. No matter how hard you try, you cannot change right now because the present is continually becoming past. By the time you catch it, it's already become past. There is no way to change this present moment. What you can do is in your power.
Sa tao kasi yung nangyari lang kanina, present pa rin
Oo, yun ang mali
Yun yung pagkikimkim di ba?
10 taon na nga nangyari sa kanya hanggang ngayon present pa rin.
Tama. Present pa rin para sa kanya, hindi niya pa rin makalimutan.
Is to choose what you would like instead in that next moment. This is where it gets interesting. Step number 2. After you accept this current moment and all of the problems, and you follow that track of thinking to what the worst case scenario would be. Hey, I'm making 2K a month. What if the next month I just made absolute zero? That's my worst fear. That's the worst version of this current setback. So think about what the worst version of the current setback is. If it could get worse, what's the worst that could possibly happen? You'll probably always arrive at death. But that's probably the most unlikely thing to happen because we try to trick ourselves into believing if my business dies, I die. We become attached, we become identified with the things that we do. Get to the worst case scenario and get into complete acceptance of it. That way you drop all importance. Step number 2 is perceive how this unfortunate or this mishap could potentially be a blessing in disguise. Any event that happens is a neutral event. We give it positive, negative, or neutral energy by the nature of our attention. Instead of looking at it as, oh shit, this is bad, we look at it as, hey, how could this potentially be an advantage? How could this potentially be good? Right now in our lives, my wife and I were going through a real tough time with real estate. So we signed a contract and we're about to close, and all of a sudden the buyer's not responding, the seller's not responding, and the seller's agent isn't responding. We assumed they got a higher offer and they want to back out, but we we don't want to take it to litigation, take it to court, because that's again 3 more months and that's just causing more problems. We could just cut our losses and back out. That's what's happening right now. You know, I look at it as this event that happened. We invested so much time and so much energy. My wife was so excited to get the house. How could this be a blessing in disguise? Maybe if we got into the house, something bad would have happened. Maybe there's something bad about the area that God, the universe, is preventing us from experiencing. Maybe there's a better house for us. Maybe there's a reason this happened. Have you ever considered that? Like,
Shift ka agad nila na imbis mag-isip sila ng negative. Parang ganun din sa ano natin, pag napaplatan tayo ng ano, di ba, sa biyahe.
Tama.
Naging practice na rin kasi namin yung ganyang bagay. Di ba, na-flatan kami, o kaya na-late kami, o kaya hindi kami nakapunta sa isang bagay na yun. Baka nga may aksidente mangyari. Di ba? At least makaiwas kami.
Oo.
Galing.
any event that happens in your life, maybe this is happening for a reason. If you didn't miss that bus could have crashed or something bad would have happened, and the universe is trying to protect you from it. How do you know it all? This is easier to do, by the way, once you've already gotten to a state of acceptance. If you're in that state where the wound is fresh and something bad literally just happened, don't expect yourself to look for blessings in disguise. Just get to a point of accepting, okay, and getting to terms that this really just happened. And once you get to a more neutral point, then you can start to look at how could this potentially be positive. And then the step is continually redirecting our attention to what is wanted instead. If I could be in a place of full equanimity and full acceptance, now I have my attention freed up to fully choose what's wanted instead. Oh, this house isn't working out. What do we want? We want a house that is X, Y, and Z and has all of the qualities that we're looking for. Once you get really, really good at doing this, you become unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. This whole process determines which life path that you follow, which quantum event manifests, which quantum event you experience in your life. And this all has to do with your attention. There is a great reason why so many cultures, so many ancient religions even, they talk about attention. They talk about attending to something. They talk about giving something your attention or observing it, being in an observation mode. In here, we're combining both this non-polar attention and then we're getting to polar. With non-polar attention, we get into acceptance mode. This is neither good nor bad. I'm just accepting that this fully happened. Then we start to go into a little bit of positives. How could this be a blessing in disguise? And then we build up to full-blown positive when we're in a state of equanimity. What most people do is they're in a resistance mode and they say, oh, you know, let's look for the good in this. Or they say affirmations in the mirror when they feel shit about themselves. If you feel shit about yourself today, allow yourself, accept that you're feeling like crap. And once you're in a place of equanimity, then you can focus on what's wanted instead. But if you try to huff and puff your chest and try to suppress or hide or repress what you're feeling, it is going to haunt you back in the future at some time. Then that affirmation, that thing that you're doing becomes a form of resistance. You're resisting feeling something by saying the affirmation. That's what's happening. So, this
So, ingat-ingat din pala sa ano, paggamit ng mga affirmations.
Kasi ganito yun eh. Yung nararamdaman natin, yung feelings natin, vibration yun eh. Ngayon, kung yung feeling na nararamdaman mo, nasa negative vibration, kahit mabuti pa yung sinasalita mo, ang magmamanifest pa rin yung nararamdaman mo.
Oo.
Kaya sabi ni Bob Proctor, yun, yung mga relihiyosong tao daw, nagdarasal sila ng positive, pero ang isip nila masama. Kaya nung kaninang sinabi mo, di ba? Mabuti yung magdasal eh. Kaya lang kung dinadasal mo ng Diyos ko, ba't naman ganito nangyayari sa buhay ko? Bakit naman laging ganito? Bakit?
Sana naman Diyos ko ganito. Tuturuan mo pa yung Diyos eh. Diba? Bukod sa sinumbatan mo na, tinuturuan mo pa.
Sasabihin pa, sana po Diyos ko, tanggalin mo ko dito sa pagsubok na to.
Oo.
Sabi nga ni Myron, tanggalin niyo pa pagsubok. Eh, ang Diyos nga naglagay sa pagsubok na yan.
Tapos tatanggalin ka.
Oo. Sabi
Yun yung
nga,
tama. Galing.
kaya ang sabi, pag nagdasal ka, ang dasalin mo, wag mong dasalin na mawala yung pagsubok. Ang dasalin mo, dapat tumibay ka doon sa pagsubok.
Yo.
Mas maging malaki ka doon sa pagsubok para matalo mo yung pagsubok o malampasan mo yung pagsubok.
Galing nga no? Yung pagdadasal sa Diyos, madalas talaga nasisisi ang Diyos eh kapag nagdadasal eh. Kapag walang tamang mindset. Kasi may napanood ako nun, nanghihingi siya ng lakas. Binigyan siya ng mga problema. Ha? Nanghihingi siya ng karunungan. Binigyan din siya ng problema para ano.
Problema ibibigay.
Oo, puro problema. Kapag hinihingi mo yung lakas, problema. Pa siya sa bagay, yun kasi yung nagiging paraan talaga ng Diyos para lumakas ka. Para dumunong ka. Galing.
Apply has the power to completely change your life. If you want to take this deeper, I've made a short movie around 29 minutes long on the art of reality creation. The very things that helped me in my journey from nothing to making 7 figures consistently. And it all had to do with me learning how to properly direct my attention, understand the mirror principle, and understand how to shape
mirror
my identity.
principle.
I talk about all of these 3 main things in that movie in complete depth. So what you can do is, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a business owner, if you're a professional and you're seeing that you're stuck at a certain revenue level, you know, you're kind of at low 6 figures or high 5 figures in your business and you just want to take it to that next level, break through that revenue ceiling, this is going to be extremely helpful for you. Go to the pinned comments to access the link to that movie. Okay, so
Ayan, tapos na yun.
So yun, ang ganda ng mga napag-usapan natin ngayon. No, napakalino. Ang ganda kasi hinihimay niya talaga.
Oo.
No? Isa yun sa bagay na kailangan natin, yung mga himayin, yung mga bagay-bagay na ano, para madali natin ma-absorb. Parang yan yung pagkain din yan. Pag, yung isda, pag hindi mo hinimay,
Oo.
kinain mo ng buo, pwedeng mabulunan ka, worst, matinig ka pa.
Tama.
No? Kaya akala mo, yung mga karunungan tuloy na pinapanood mo, makakasama sa'yo. Diba? Kaya hindi mo na lang papanoorin, diba? Hindi mo na lang kakainin. Kaya gaya nitong mga to, pag hinimay-himay natin, mas masarap siyang panoorin, pakinggan. Diba? Mas madali mo siyang may apply din kasi maiintindihan mo talaga.
So, yun lang mga ka-brother. Sana may natutunan kayo kagaya namin kasi lagi kami natututunan sa mga ganitong content. Ang ganda eh.
Oo, napakaganda. Kaya lagi naming sinasuggest na manood kayo ng mga ganitong content.
Tama.
Pati yung content namin, syempre. Panoorin nyo rin. Marami kaming mga na-upload ng bago. Mga nakaraang panahon kung ngayon ka palang nanonood sa amin.
Oo.
Pwede mong balikan yun at marami ring magagandang lesson na matututunan dun.
Tama.
So yan, hanggang dito na lang mga brothers. Maraming salamat. Hanggang sa muli. Adios.